This is my review on the Kolpin Switchblade ATV Plow. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Backyard ATV channel. Today I'm going to take you through my experiences with the Kolpin Switchblade ATV Plow. I've had it on for 1 season, and these are my thoughts. Before we get into the plow, I just quickly want to talk about my setup here and my use case. This is a cheap Chinese quad. It's a 250cc, 2-wheel drive, solid rear axle. It's got a 3,500 pound winch on it, and I have the blade configured to 48 inches. Now for me, this is perfect. I've got a section at the back that I need to plow and my driveway in the front. My driveway isn't that big. It's 30 feet by 70. So not a lot to plow. The section over here at the back is maybe about 8 feet by 40. So what I needed from this plow is just to handle the small snowfalls. Anything big, I've got the snowblower, which I haven't even started up this season. So why did I decide on the Kolpin Switchblade Plow? Firstly was price. I picked this up on sale at Canadian Tire for I think $350. So that was a really good price compared to any other snow plows out there. And secondly, the fact that you can configure this for 60 inches or 48 inches. Now, as it is here, it's in 48 inches, and the reason for that being is to get through my side gate, which is only 50 inches wide. So this is great to maneuver between the back and the front yard. And the next reason is because it's a universal mount. So I know there's a lot of universal mount plows out there, but they're either much more expensive or they just don't fit these small frame machines. This is a tiny machine compared to the big utility quads. So I needed something that would work with this. The price was good, and it does what it needs to do. Next up, let's talk about the assembly. Unfortunately, I don't have any video of me assembling this, but it was relatively straightforward. If you use the Kolpin video that you can find on YouTube and not the instruction booklet that comes with it. If you're going to try and follow the instructions through the booklet, you're going to battle. But the video makes it nice and easy. It's step by step, and you get it together quick. So all in all, to put this together, it probably took me about an hour. The big thing was just to decide where to mount it. Mounting it is what took the most time, to try and figure out where exactly to mount it, and as well how to set up the universal mount to actually work for your quad. Now I know for some of the more popular quads you can actually buy specific mount kits for that, which is a nice bolt-on solution. But in my case, this is an unpopular quad, so Unfortunately, I had to make it work as best I could, but I found a way to do it. Now, originally what I wanted to do is mount it as far forward as possible to get the best amount of reach in the front there. But because of the small frame, I couldn't do it. So I had to move it back to right here at the start of the bottom of the engine. So I've got it mounted onto the frame here. It's reinforced here. I've got good clearance over here, so that's all good. But to try and figure that out of where I wanted it took quite a bit of time. Now let's talk about this machine setup. This is as I said, it's a two-wheel drive quad. It's a 250cc, single rear axle. I've got upgraded 25-inch by 8 tires on the front. On 12-inch rims, I've got 25 by 8 12-inch on the back. These aren't the standard tires and wheels that it comes with. It is upgraded. Although it isn't the best tire, they do all right in the snow. On the back here, I've got 2 40-pound bags of salt. That helps a lot with the traction. I don't want to put on chains because chains are going to scratch up my driveway. So I've just got this added weight here at the back, and it does absolutely fine. I haven't got any traction issues. The only issues I have with traction is when the bottom of the mount plate kind of catches on the edge of my driveway, and then that tends to hook up, and I can't get unstuck from that without rocking it back and forth quite a bit. But furthermore, it doesn't slip and slide too much. I've never felt the need to have four-wheel drive, so the two-wheel drive does just fine. If I had a longer driveway, then yes, maybe a four-wheel drive would definitely come in good. You know, just to have that extra traction when you're pushing that weight. But in my case, I haven't had to push major weight on it, so it's been fine for my purposes. Now for my likes and dislikes. Let's look at the likes first. First thing, the price. 350 Canadian, I got this on sale at Canadian Tire. It can't be beat. The value is absolutely tremendous. The second thing that I like is the fact that you can bring it down to 48 inches, which suits me just fine with the gate that I have to get through on the side here. And the next thing is it's a universal mount. So I could possibly, if I ever change out this quad, I can just take this plow and mount it onto whatever next quad I get. So I really, really like that. Now let's look at the dislikes. The first thing that I have an issue with is the push tubes on this. Now, maybe it's not, I wouldn't say it's a Kolpin thing, but in my use case, this doesn't work for me. The push tubes are too short. Because I've got it mounted way back on the frame, as you can see here, the clearance between the front of the ATV and the actual blade isn't that great, as well as the clearance over there on the wheels. If I turn the wheels, they actually catch on the frame here, which is not good. So that is one of the major things that I have an issue with. Now, unfortunately with this machine, there's no ways that I can bring this forward because of how narrow it is underneath the A-arms. So usually you would put your mounting bracket around there or just slightly behind it. But in this case, I can't because of the size of the quad. So that is my first gripe. The second thing that I don't like is the way it connects up. So a lot of plows these days have got a quick connect system, which is absolutely fantastic. I know with the Can-Am, the new 2024 Outlanders, it's so easy. It's like really easy to connect up your plow and to disconnect it. Whereas in this case, you have to get in underneath here and pull the pin out. And Then again, to reconnect it, it's a mission to get in there and reconnect it, especially if you've got your quad outside and you've got to lie down in the snow to try and get the thing attached. It's really a pain. But furthermore, if you can live with that, it shouldn't be an issue. Like in my case, I'm not taking the plow off every day. I put it on for winter and I keep it there, so it should be good. Another thing that I don't like is these skid shoes. They attach over here like that, but the problem is with them, and this could also be due to the angle that my plow is at because it's so far back, but they don't actually allow for you to lift them up all the way so that your wear blade is on the ground. It's always about a ½ an inch off the ground. Now, that's great if you have a driveway with gravel, but like my driveway has got asphalt, so I want it as low down onto that asphalt as possible. So I eventually ended up taking these off, but yeah, they don't allow the plow to go any further than about a ½ an inch off the ground, which in my case is not great. Now let's talk about modifications that I've done, and as well any future modifications that I'm planning to do to the Kolpin ATV Switchblade Plow. So beside the skid shoes that I've taken off, I also went ahead and put on a ½ inch eye bolt over here. Originally we had this bolt going through, so I decided to put on the eye bolt over there, which looks something like this. This is a 5/8, but the one in here is a ½ inch, with obviously a ½ inch nylock at the bottom to secure that in place. This isn't tightened down all the way. It can still move, but it's not coming off there. And the reason why I done that is because of the push frame, the push tubes being so short, and the plow sitting so far back. I couldn't have my winch hooked up to the original winching point over here because it's too far back. You see, it's like way far back over there. So that wasn't working out for me because it was putting a lot of pressure on here. And yeah, so I needed to find another way to work it. I bent this over a little bit and I've got it running off there, and I haven't had any issues with it since. And the next modification I'm planning for the Kolpin Switchblade Plow is to change out those push tubes. I got me some longer square tubing, so in a future video I'll probably be changing those out and show you how to do it. Well, that's it for this video. For any of you who are planning on getting a plow for your ATV, definitely look at the Kolpin Switchblade ATV Plow. For what I need it for, it's perfect, no issues whatsoever, besides the limitations of my machine. But if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to help you out. And yeah, that's it for this time. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one.